Hey Blades fans, welcome back to Hertz Arena and another Florida Everblades pregame show. I'm Hannah Jo Groves here with Jake Maurice. Now Jake, before you and I get started, our Camille Frick got to talk to Gary Hayden and Taryn Fizer after last week's series versus the Orlando Solar Bears. Take a look.
Despite the 2 losses, what did you see from your team that you want to implement against Greenville?
We battled back in all 3 games this weekend. Obviously we pushed it overtime, but hopefully we can just get on top early this weekend. So I like the effort, but let's get up.
What's the overall message going in the room going into tomorrow's game?
Just play like we know we can. I've been here for 6 games or 5 games or whatever it was, and this team, when it's rolling, no one can beat this team. So as long as we get rolling early, we'll win.
From Springfield to Estero, you've been fitting in nicely with the team so far. What's been clicking for you?
I know a lot of guys. Like I've played with Betsy in the past. I played with Gary Hayden in the past. Obviously, coming down from minus 15 weather to plus 25, it's nice. So mental health is there. Mental health is high. So yeah, I feel good. So it's nice.
Despite the 2 losses, what did you see from your team that you want to implement against Greenville?
Obviously, we don't want to be down, but if we are, we showed against Orlando that we're down a couple minutes left, 5 minutes, and we're down a couple goals. We're not out of any game, so that was great to see ourselves claw back and get a point in that last one.
What aspects of your individual game are you looking to emphasize tomorrow?
Oh, just creating offense for my line mates and my teammates, and just playing a 200-foot game and doing what I can to help the team win.
What's the overall message in the room going into tomorrow?
Refresh. It's another new week. You got Greenville coming in, 3 big divisional games, so we got to come out here Wednesday night and start with a big win.
4 points in 2 games. What's been clicking for you offensively?
Got to give my line mates credit. I play with great players. I just try to keep it simple, give them the puck, get out of the way, and sometimes you get lucky and go to the net.
Thanks, Camille. So 2 overtime losses versus Orlando. That was tough, but tonight the guys are ready to come out with the win. One of those guys that's been hot recently is Taryn Fizer, who we just heard from. What have you liked from him recently?
Well, he's been building some quick chemistry with his line mates. I mean, he got 2 goals on Sunday, including the one in the final minute that got the Blades a point out of that loss on Sunday against the Solar Bears. He's not afraid to shoot the puck. He's finding space in the attacking zone, scoring in different ways from different places, and it seems like he's really gelled in over the last couple of games with the Everblades.
Another guy on our team just won ECHL Goalie of the Month, Cam Johnson. Now, obviously, fans are very familiar with him. What has recently gotten him this accolade?
It's just consistency, right? I mean, it's the second time he's won it. He also won this award back in November. In January, 6-1-1 record, a pair of shutouts in 6 of the 8 games. He allowed 2 goals or less. He's just pretty much always locked in, right? Anytime the guys know he's in the crease, they play more confidently because they know he's going to be there to cover up any mistakes that happen. And Cam has so much confidence in the crease. Every night he goes in expecting that he's going to make saves on every shot against.
Oh, yeah.
When you've got that kind of confidence and you keep doing it consistently, it's hard to get out of that kind of groove. And he's been in it pretty much since the beginning of the year.
Yeah, and impossible to ignore. But the Blades aren't the only ones with the hot players. Tate Singleton for this Greenville Swamp Rabbits team that we're going against tonight. He had 2 hat tricks in a row last week, ECHL Player of the Week. What can the Blades do specifically to stop him?
Well, yeah, I mean, anytime a guy gets back-to-back hat tricks, that's going to be as confident as you can be. And Greenville's a team that needs a performance like that right now. They sit at the bottom of the South Division, and they are trying to make up significant ground to catch Orlando for that 4th and final playoff spot. So I think honing in on Singleton, you don't want to necessarily hone in too aggressively on one guy because then that might potentially open up one of his line mates.
Sure.
But you got to be ready that it's a confident player. It's a player who's probably going to be taking shots whenever he gets the opportunity because he's feeling himself right now. He also had 2 assists last week to be named the Player of the Week. So the guys from the Everblades have got to be prepared and have got to be ready for when Singleton is on the ice that they're going up against a very confident player right now.
And so beyond that, Jake, the direct effect marketing, 3 keys of the game, give them to us.
Well, the Everblades have got to be ready to shoot the puck a lot. Greenville allows the 4th most shots against per game on average in the ECHL, most in the South Division. So this is a team you can put up shots against. You've got to be good with that. The special teams have got to get back on track, unfortunately. On Saturday, the Blades gave up a crucial shorthanded goal against, which led to the 2-1 overtime loss, and then they came up on the power play in both of those games and gave up a power play goal on Sunday. So getting the special teams back the way they were playing in that series against Savannah going to be crucial to helping get wins. And Greenville's special teams aren't really all that great, so this should be a good chance to bounce back. And finally, you've got to be ready to go right away because this, as mentioned, this is a Greenville team that's desperate. They're honestly playing for their playoff playoff lives right now. Right now they sit 18 points out of a playoff spot, but they have an absurd 9 games in hand on the Solar Bears. So they still have a chance, but they need to stack together wins. They got 2 last week against Indy, but they are pretty much, this is the playoffs right now. They are in playoff mode, so Florida's got to be ready for a desperate team tonight.
Stakes are high for this one. All right, thanks, Jake. Blades fans, coming up next, warm-ups, and then the Greenville Swamp Rabbits versus your Florida Everblades. We'll see you soon.